All right. Well, here we are for session 2.
I
Hey,
really wanted
everybody.
you to count it
Hi.
down like the owl.
What owl?
The
One,
Tootsie
two,
Roll owl.
three.
You don't like Tootsie Rolls.
Three.
I
But she
know.
likes owls.
My
Owls are
mom
cool.
likes owls. Owls are adorable and vicious.
Mm.
So,
Owls
yeah.
always look so knowingly. Sorry.
All's what?
They look so knowingly.
Oh, like they want to kill you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
They know they want to kill you.
Yeah, they do.
Indeed. Yeah. So, like, session 2 and stuff. Last time, an adventuring party was formed as 5 misfits were basically recruited by a retired adventurer who has been plagued by the effects of the death curse. After getting a rundown of the curse and the effects it's having on, as far as you guys know, the entire known world, you were brought to Chult, a tropical peninsula where the source of the curse is said to reside somewhere out in the deep, dark jungle. You got situated, found a place to stay, a guide, saw your way around town a bit in Port Nyanzaru, and it seems like you made just about all the preparations you wanted to make before heading out into the jungles of Chult for the first time. And so we pick things up on the morning of your second day in Chult, as presumably you're preparing to leave the Thundering Lizard and make your way out of the city. Are there any last minute things you guys wanted to attend to?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I don't have any gold to spend, so.
Well, that
Me
makes for a
neither.
pretty quick shopping trip.
Mm-hmm. I have 5 gold. I think.
That's not nothing. You can buy
I'm
some
broke.
Well,
food.
I don't think it's enough to buy what I wanted to buy, so.
I have nothing. I have 50 blocks of
Same.
incense.
Priorities. All right. So, if that's the case, you would have made arrangements with your guide, Azaka, to meet up in the bar area of the Thundering Lizard when you guys were ready to embark. And so we can assume that you guys have met up and are on your way out of the inn and eventually out into the streets of Port Nyanzaru. I suppose the first order of business is I'm going to bring you over to the proper map of Chult.
We
And as a reminder, as this thing loads a bit, you have an arrangement with Azaka by which you can basically get her services for free if you help her with a personal errand. The retrieval of a mask from some creatures called Terrafolk. They apparently had an encounter with Azaka and ended up stealing this mask that she feels now responsible for recovering. So you do have that on the table. You do have the death curse thing. But you don't have a lot of specifics. So as you leave the inn, what's the plan?
Well, we have to find the the Terra people.
Mm-hmm.
So does she know where a good start or a good place to start looking for them would be?
She does indeed, and having signed on with you, she actually discloses the location of the Terrafolk nest where she suspects her stolen mask is being kept. That being. Let's see. That doesn't seem to have worked as intended. Oh no, I
Did you
think it
put
did.
an X right here?
Yeah.
I saw it. It appeared.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Gotcha.
You made me question my sanity because I thought it was always there, and then I'm like, wait.
Okay. So this Terrafolk nest is at the top of an old towering rock formation known as Firefinger.
Ew.
It, as you can see, kind of stands down near the source of the river Tariki, one of the two major rivers that pass through Port Nyanzaru on their way out to the sea.
Alright, well, so then could we just follow River Tariki south?
You could?
That sounds like a plan to everybody else.
Where's the river? Aren't we right here?
No, we're up here.
That's why I just pinged. Oh, I
Oh.
see it.
Yeah, that whole part's the river.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
follow
so-
the river up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
In the meantime, we can keep our eyes out for anything.
Yeah, look for like a good time to pass over the river, since this thing's on the other side of the river. So we're looking
Yeah,
for like
that...
really rickety bridges and stuff like
you know,
We
standard adventurer shit.
that. Right.
We love when we have to put our lives in danger to cross a bridge.
Yeah, or like a bunch of slippery, mossy rocks to jump across.
Yeah, that totally aren't shaped like crocodile heads.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys.
As we go, I'm using my pan flute and I make wonderful music.
Wonderful music.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a wonderfulness check by rolling performance. Pretty wonderful.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
So yeah, as you you make your way down the streets of Port Nyanzaru, weaving in and out of the crowds and occasional pack dinosaurs that mill through the streets. I think because Fib is the one drawing the most attention to herself. Suddenly, out of one of these crowds of people, a robed man stumbles forward and kind of catches himself on you, like half falling to the ground. And he looks up because you're really fucking tall.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
see
7'3".
something like that, if I recall. Yeah. And you see this quick flash of something in his eyes. And then, as he kind of locks eyes with you, he just whispers. And you hear, "Speak to the wise guardian west of Impala. She can direct you to that which you seek."
Oh
Then-
no, I didn't understand it.
Is that Laura didn't understand, or is that Fib is saying that she didn't understand?
That was Laura, and Pip just stares at him for a minute, seeing if he's gonna clarify what he means.
Okay, so just so you can understand what was said.
It sounded cool.
Well, thank you. He said, "Speak to the wise guardian of Orolunga, west of Mbala. She can direct you to that which you seek." And after he says that, just whispering it with this strange dual voice, he collapses unconscious.
Oh man. Okay, I push his hand off me if it's touching me.
Yeah, no, he's like, he caught himself on you, right? So he like slides down and kind of just slumps down to one side on the ground.
Do I see an unconscious body?
If you are at all paying attention to your friend Fib, yeah.
Yeah, your friend, a fib. I I like a.
Sure. Loose terms.
I look up at you guys like, did anyone else perchance hear that?
I look back, probably. I'm like, oh my goodness, someone's unconscious, and I run over.
Yes, yes, tend to him, please. That's what I got your attention.
Is he drunk?
Who can know these things? But we have. What?
You're the one holding him. I would think that. you
No. Oh, she's not holding him.
would know. So she's just staring down at her feet as he's laying at her feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she stood back up. Seems we have to speak to some guardian. That's. Well, I can't ride fast enough, but it's west of something. She's gonna
Here we go. Let me go ahead and use the magical powers of copy and paste
Oh, yeah.
and I'll put that in chat there for you.
Can I look at this guy and try to find out what's wrong with him? Like why he collapsed?
Yeah, sure. Make a medicine check.
That is Umbala. It's labeled.
Where what? That's disadvantage.
What? Oh.
Okay, sorry.
Is this
10.
the map that we have access to? Like, we know where all these things are?
Yes.
Okay.
So with that 10, I mean, I think you give the guy a quick evaluation. All the basics that you might look for. Heat stroke and that sort of thing. And you don't find anything medically wrong with this man. And as you're finishing, like holding an eyelid open and kind of looking at his eyes and all this other stuff, he like gasps and kind of awakens with a start. And he's just kind of looking, eyes darting from one of you to the next, looking very confused.
Are you okay? You collapsed.
He takes a moment, still like kind of getting his bearings. He's like, I don't know how I got here.
Well, probably with your feet, dear.
He just kind of ignores the smart-ass comment and says, "Last I remember, I was in the Temple of Savras.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
He says, excuse me. I'm an acolyte of Savras. He is one of the deities that we here in Port Nyanzaru offer praise to. His temple is just up there, and you see him point up at a hill in the distance, still within the walls of the city.
Do you know?
Go ahead.
Do you know who the guardian of Orolanga is?
The what?
The guardian of Orolanga.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm excited, Felix. I think you got possessed to give us a message.
his eyes kind of go like a little wide, like, okay. And he again just looks around at the bunch of you and says, well, I suppose I should be going. And he kind of scrambles to get up, and
I
Yeah,
want to
if-
try and help him.
just help him stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do,
Yeah,
do you want some water before you go?
No,
I-
no. I'll be fine.
Oh,
Thank you.
only drink rainwater.
Yeah, yes. Throat leeches and all
Yes, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
that. He kind of like just walks back out to the midst of the crowd, kind of visibly like in a fog, like what the fuck just happened? But
Bye.
Bye, new friend. Oh, we make so many friends. Should we go see Temple or should we leave?
I mean,
It sounds
no.
like we should go to the temple.
Okay, Temple this way.
okay.
is the
Yeah.
temple actually that way?
The temple is where the guy pointed to up on the hill.
That's the way I point.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, so yes.
Good job.
Hooray! I followed instructions.
Yay. Okay.
I mean, some people find that very difficult.
It's true. It's very true. Let's see. Why is the thing not doing the thing? I hate when the thing doesn't do the thing.
That is the worst.
Here we go. So, yeah, you keep your eye on the temple, which is hard to lose track of given its prominent position in the city, and eventually kind of wind your way through the streets and up into that part of town. And as you approach, you see now, close enough to really understand the building that you're looking at. This is probably one of the oldest, grandest looking buildings in the whole city. From this vantage point in front of it, you can see a little bit of the tiled, domed roof kind of gleaming in the sun. Mostly white stones and encapsulating this top part of the building. Walking in, you move past a number of like aged stone pillars that are kind of overgrown, but in a manicured kind of way. You enter and see an equally ornate and grand sanctuary as the most prominent main chamber of this temple. And back toward what you gather is an altar, you see an old man, sort of hunchbacked, holding on to like an old crooked wooden staff. And you see him kind of like gesturing and actually saying something in a language that I don't think any of you understand. But it's him standing on one side, closest to the altar, and three figures clad in pretty concealing garb. The three of them seem a bit insistent on something. But finally, the old man, as you finish like entering the chamber, says one last dismissive thing, kind of waves his staff at the people, and one of them just turns around and begins to storm off directly towards you guys.
I smile and wave friendly at him.
I move to the back of the group.
Okay.
I also smile.
I'm hiding out behind Tree Hugger.
Okay. All right. Yeah. If nobody interferes, this guy just storms off through the front door of the temple.
I thought he was
followed-
gonna like talk to us.
No. He's just he is leaving in a huff.
Did he wave back at me?
He did not.
Rude. I look pretty disappointed, but I just kind of shrug it off.
Okay.
I guess not new friend there.
You feel a pat on your like lower back, and you just hear, "There, big guy. You'll make new friends."
Oh.
Okay. Yes, new friends. So I guess I approach. Is the older guy still there?
Yeah. He's still standing there where he was near the altar.
Okay. I guess I'll approach him then.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, and so he kind of meets your gaze as you approach, and you see him like clear his throat, he's like trying to straighten up as best he can, prepping for whatever this new encounter brings.
I help him straighten out his clothes.
Oh.
All right.
Here, let me help. Here, and I like kind of brush him off and all that.
Okay. He says, "Thank you. What brings you here today, child?"
I am called Tree Hugger. What do you be called?
They call me, well, most of the people at the temple call me grandfather, but my name is Zitembe.
Zitembe.
Either will do.
Grandfather Zitembe. I am Tree Hugger. These are my friends. They can introduce themselves if they want, but they are here. We have a question.
Factual.
Who we are friends now, grandfather?
He says, I suppose.
Very good. We seek. Do you know who the guardian of Oralanga is?
Let's see. He says, I do not. The name Oralunga sounds like something in the old tongue of Cholt.
Jolt. Ah.
Perhaps some location out in the jungle.
We a man came from your temple and he collapsed on my friend Fib here, and Fib does not like to be touched. But he collapsed on Fib, and he tell us about Guardian of Orlanga and west of something, but he doesn't know why he say this, and then he walks away confused. But he does know not to drink water because of throat leech.
Grandfather Zitembe, you see his old eyes kind of like begin to glaze over for part of the conversation, but pulls it together. And he says, well, I'm sure I don't know what this Orlunga is, but I may be able to consult the guides. But such strenuous activities are costly to the church's resources. If you could provide something worth about 25 gold to cover the expenses I would incur, I could consult the guides on your behalf and attempt to. Go ahead.
Oh no, no, let him
Okay.
finish his sentence.
Okay. Attempt to discern what information there is to be known about this Oralunga.
I thought this was a church, not a business.
It's okay, Fib. And
Oh.
Tree Hero puts his hand on Grandfather's shoulder and says, "Tree Hugger's friendship worth 1,000 gold."
He says, "Well, I do greatly value friendship, but I cannot stand by and watch the resources of the church simply evaporate from our coffers." And he kind of looks over at Fib for a second and says, "This is no business, child. Simply necessity. If you want a temple of business, go and consult with the followers of Joaquin." The offer stands. If you are able to cover the expenses and nothing more, I stand to gain nothing from this transaction. I will do what I can and consult the guides. Elsewise, I can offer you the blessings of Savras for safety on any venture you may be embarking on, but I'm afraid that is the extent of my power at the moment.
Does anyone have 25 gold on them?
Sounds like a no.
Okay, well, maybe we come back. Thank you, Grandfather. I'm glad my friendship is worth something, even though it is less than 25 gold.
Oh!
And then JR, like, he's not like upset, so he like walks out, but he doesn't look like devastated. He's just kind of like,
Okay.
you know, like, I just met the guy, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He tells you all. He says, "Be safe." Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then, so as we're walking, I kind of want to say to the group, I don't understand the value of gold. Can you teach me how this gold works? I don't get it. I don't need gold where I'm from.
Where are you
Nobody
from that you
needs
don't
gold.
need gold?
I'm from the heart of the glade. Just west of the largest river in the forest.
Oh, you come from
know
the
this
forest. Yes, you come from the forest. Alright, that makes a little bit of sense.
That is home. Yes.
Yes, it's a very nice home. I'm
Thank
sure we can explain gold to you. You use it to buy things.
Oh. Well, you can teach me in montage sequence.
Yes. You
As
see,
we
we
travel.
clearly don't have a lot of gold to demonstrate with, so...
Right. Okay. We learn on the way there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where do we go now? Is what's her name? Azaka? Abaka?
Azaka. Yeah, she is.
Azaka.
She's with you.
Where is she? Isn't she supposed to be leading us?
Well, she's your guide, like, when you go outside the city. Like, she's not gonna be your tour guide and like suggest all the best restaurants and shit to you while you're.
Oh,
You know?
I thought we'd. I thought. Oh, I thought we
She's
were
not also a
traveling already.
sommelier.
Well, why isn't she?
Yeah,
I want my
why?
money back.
Did we have to pay this
didn't pay.
person?
No.
There was one person who didn't
No.
want us to pay them.
No.
So
we didn't.
yeah, the deal with the Zaka is if you take care of her personal like side quest, if you will, the Firefinger thing, getting the mask back from the Terrafolk, she will provide her services for free.
Okay, do we have to do that first?
That isn't explicitly stipulated, so you could just promise that you will, and
Okay. Yeah, Fib does not offer to do it first.
Well,
Well,
I mean, what else are we gonna do though? I guess we can go to
We can go to
Umbala,
Umbala, west of Umbala.
Do we actually know where that is? Because it's on the map.
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
Anything that you can see on this version of the map is what you know. So you don't necessarily know the area surrounding Mbala, but you know the general location of the place. Everything that's fully uncovered is like actually charted, whereas Mbala is just like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, down by the source of the Ocean Star somewhere.
Now, is this something that our guide might know, or is this what our guide knows?
I would say that pretty much what you see on your map is about what your guide knows for sure. It's kind of like I picture the guide scenario as very parallel to IT, meaning like, you know you have the tools to work your way through, but you don't necessarily know everything off the top of your head.
Gotcha. Okay, so I just was wondering if maybe she had been to Umbala.
No, she has not been to it. So, yeah.
Okay, so do we want to go to Firefinger or straight to Umbala?
I don't want to go to Firefinger.
Okay, well, I do want to go to Firefinger.
Oh my god, why?
Because he wants to help Azaka. She's nice.
Okay, Fib objects to that and wants to just move on.
Alright, so we need votes from other people then?
I need more information.
Oh god.
You know, what are we up against? If we go help her.
Okay, so essentially, I think what Azaka will tell you about the situation is the Terrafolk roost mostly at the top of this ancient stone like tower type formation deep down the river Tariki. The Terrafolk themselves are a flying variety of creature, and so fighting them at Firefinger is certainly a challenge. But she tells you they have to be dealt with.
Okay, and are these folks like super dangerous? Are they kind of on the level of goblins, or are they more like, I don't know, orcs, I guess? Like, where are these? Do we have any idea how dangerous these guys are? Like, I'm not trying to metagame too much.
But just a general idea, I think
it's kind of my
reasonable.
Right.
Did one of them take down a whole battalion of guards?
Yeah.
So, I think what she can tell you is like one of these things is, and she looks around for a moment, and you see her kind of like skimming through the crowd, and she points out what looks to be probably like a young Allosaurus. So like small, almost T-Rexy kind of dinosaur, but not
Mhm.
fully grown. We're talking in game terms like a large uh, creature. She says that they're about that size, and she's seen anywhere from 6 to maybe even a dozen flying around Firefinger at any given time.
Yeah, let's put that on the back burner.
Okay.
That's those things sound a
You vote.
little too big for us. Quite
Hmm.
yet.
So, Serenity, where you vote? Serenity, you sleep?
Tyranny, wake up.
What do you want?
You to
Wow.
pay attention.
She's been so cheerful up until now.
Do you want to go to Umbala or to Firefinger?
I'm trying to decide.
Okay. I'll let you decide. Sorry.
Where's Firefinger?
The X.
Oh yeah, that's right. I feel like the X is kind of on the way to Mabala. Let's go there first.
Yeah, but there's like a bunch of large creatures flying around.
Oh, whoops.
At least they're
Alright.
known. It's on the known map.
Thor, what do you think? What do
Thorv
we
is,
think he would say?
I mean, like, he's a fighter, and like he's a fighter to the core. So I know he's down for a fight.
But he's a dwarf, so he's very easy to pick up and throw by flying creatures.
Oh, let me not move the X. How about that? Yeah. So there is that little concern. I think he understands the situation enough to probably suggest something that doesn't involve potentially getting thrown off a big stone tower immediately.
Okay, we go to Umbala then?
Well, unless Azaka knows another place nearby where we can kind of explore to get our feet wet in this jungle exploration.
Well, she says, time in the jungle will toughen you up, no matter where it is you're going. If you mean to go down to Mbala, the surrounding area, there's a lot of ground to cover, and many dangerous encounters to be had.
Well, okay. Well, we face challenge when we find it, right?
Yes.
So excited.
Yeah, let's do it.
Somebody is calling me right now?
It's not me.
Okay.
It's me.
Ah. Okay.
Another classic.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So down the River Ocean Star then. Sounds like the plan.
Yeah.
Yay, we go.
Okay. So, yeah, without spending any more time, you follow Azaka outside the first series of city walls, out to what seems like a poorer district of Port Nyanzaru. The smell of like rotting garbage kind of wafts over from one side of the road as pass between a couple of gatehouses, and you see a crowd of people kind of forming this long rectangular shape down like the middle of the road. And from beyond it, you can hear these like screeching sounds and sound of a man screaming
Oh.
in terror.
I
My
mean, I
hummingbird
kind of
goes-
run over to, yeah, see what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
I'll
hummingbird
yell.
goes zipping over.
I'll yell to Tree Hugger what he sees, because I'm too short.
Okay. So the hummingbird and the tree hugger, both having relatively high vantage points.
Well, and yeah. Fib also has a high vantage point.
Fib
Yeah.
sighs and follows them.
So anyone who's looking and is able to see above the crowd sees essentially a fenced-off pit, like this long trench dug down the center of a very wide roadway leading out of the city. At the far end, you can see a man who is very, very afraid as two scaled creatures, bipedal, with long talon-like claws and razor-sharp teeth, begin to slowly stalk toward him from the opposite end. You hear, walking around the pit, a number of people saying, "Place your wagers now before the event's done."
Ooh.
And somebody else saying, "I don't care. He earned this."
I'm gonna bet for the man. I'm gonna bet 2 gold pieces.
Okay.
I'm jumping up and down on the edge of the crowd trying to see what's happening.
I'm also reading a spell effect really quick.
Okay.
So I guess I would report to those who can't see. I guess that's just Thorv and Zuni, but
Mhm.
there's a man being attacked by lizard man. He looks scared. Should we help him? And I actually shout to the man like, "Man being attacked. Do you want help?"
A couple of the Chiltons kind of making up the crowd, kind of like they look over at Tree Hugger like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, this man looks scared. Do you not see? You need help, I think.
He's a criminal. He's being tried for his actions.
Can you describe the lizards again?
Yeah.
Or
So
the-
I can do that in one word.
Okay.
Velociraptors.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I thought
How
I
did
thought
you not
these were
put
like I thought these were like intelligent creatures.
Yeah.
that?
I was
Velociraptors are pretty intelligent.
I was thinking
They are
like
rather clever.
I was thinking
Clever
like
girl.
gladiator thing, not just like throwing in a pit with an animal.
So let me actually go over to the map of Port Nine Zaru, because I think this will give you a good idea of what we're looking at here.
We.
So right here
Mm-hmm.
is the area that you are currently looking at. So at the end, away from the city, is where the guy is, and at the end near the city is where the raptors seem to be coming from.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. After placing my bet for the man to win, I'm gonna cast vicious. Well, it's supposed. Oh, that's only 1 damage. That's a lot. Well, anyway, I just tell him how horrible and stinky he is. He needs to take a bath.
You tell the guy this.
Oh no, this is for the raptor.
Oh, okay,
I'm trying to
okay,
get the
okay.
guy to win.
Okay.
I was really confused there.
I'm trying to subtly kill the creatures so that the guy can win and I can make gold.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what are the components for vicious mockery?
It's just the S. Wait, the V, which is visual.
Verbal.
Verbal.
It's
Okay.
verbal. So me hurling insults at the thing is me doing the spell.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. So yeah, just a really effective heckler. Let's see. See whether this Velociraptor takes 1 point of damage.
1 damage.
Alright, so that is a wisdom save.
Don't they require it requires a certain level of intelligence?
No, that's hideous laughter,
Okay.
which is what I wanted to cast.
Okay.
Does the
so-
guy have any weapons or anything?
No.
Oh man, I'm gonna lose some gold.
Alright, the Velociraptor seems to shrug off your vicious mockery.
Oh no. Alright. I'm so mad I'm gonna lose gold. I'm gonna keep casting it, so tell me how often to cast it.
Okay.
Because it's just a cantrip.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see here. Okay.
And if it succeeds, he has disadvantage on attack.
Okay, good to know. Let's see.
Or, sorry, if he fails.
Yeah. Okay. So, I suppose then at this point, yeah, if nobody else is like stepping in, you watch as the man begins to. You can see him like visibly clenching his teeth and like his fists are just balled up, and he just begins to sprint down this long trench toward these two ferocious velociraptors. And
I keep bugging Tree Hooker to tell me what's happening.
okay, so around
Man
the
is
time
running now.
around the time that they meet up, go ahead and make another vicious mockery roll.
Hey, that was way higher.
And this time I'm gonna look over at Cyrene. Well, I guess I'll look over at Cyrene, but she'll just see my eyes are white, and I'll say, "Looks like a man's about to die." And then I just look back at Treehugger's back.
My crippled grandmother can stand straighter than that.
Okay, it rolls a 15.
No! It refuses to be mocked. Why does it have such a high wisdom?
Clever
It
girl.
doesn't. It just keeps rolling really, really high.
Oh man.
That was a natural 18 on the first one and a natural 14 on the second.
Oh.
All right. So then next round goes by, and we've got the man who actually manages to kind of like weave his way between the two of them without provoking any, attacks that might be opportunistic. And he begins to just dash toward the end of the pit that you guys are standing near.
Can I shout something at the Velociraptors too? As he's
Sure.
dashing? So as a Firbolg, I do have this thing called Speech of Beast and Leaf.
Yeah. So you can speak to them and they can understand you, right?
Yeah, however,
Yeah.
I cannot understand them.
Yes.
So I just want to yell to the raptors, just like, be nice to that man. Please. Yeah. Then do I make a persuasion check? I don't know.
Sure. It's probably kind of a high DC, but yeah, make a persuasion check.
Okay, and I get advantage, so
Yeah.
there we go. Alright, I got an 8.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking at that man and they're, something. It may or may not be nice thoughts.
I think it's not nice.
And they take off after him.
Oh, man.
So first one closes and makes a couple of attacks
How far away are they?
from you.
Yeah.
At this point, they would be probably about 90 feet.
Yep, I can't do anything.
Okay.
You can't do anything with a 90 feet.
Nope. Nothing.
Alright.
Alright. So. Okay. Swings with a claw, kind of like lunging toward him, and then snaps forward with a bite. Both of those miss. Then the other one arrives. And yeah, so the first one swoops in and like snaps at him, swings with the claw, misses, and the guy's like kind of focused on that first raptor coming in. Unfortunately, the second one creeps up behind him and catches him off guard. And he is knocked to the ground. And the second raptor is fully on top of him, holding him down with one of its like taloned feet, and just bites into his neck. Not looking good.
Oh.
I suppose if you want, you could make another roll.
Well, I for sure do want to. Can I move
Yeah.
30 feet closer?
Sure.
Well, what's the harm? This
Okay.
max damage.
All right. Let's see. Wisdom save. Oh my god, that's a 19.
See, if he had gotten the disadvantage, then that one would have missed, and he would have survived.
So, yeah, you keep hurling your vicious insults at the Velociraptor as it and its companion proceed to just tear this guy apart. And you hear like
man is done.
yeah, you hear like screams from some of the kids and women in the crowd, and there's like this big roar of "Ah!" bloodthirsty crowd that you're kind of surrounded by.
And I'm just calmly explaining what's going on to Sirenny. Okay, man having neck ripped out now, blood flying out. Man on the ground.
That's enough.
I turn to Cyrene and I'm like, and guess who's out of 2 gold? And I just walk away.
So man's life is worth 2 gold? Is this yes?
Yes.
I don't know this man. Yours apparently isn't worth 25.
No,
According
my
to
friendship
Grandpa.
isn't worth 25. Maybe my life worth more. Who knows? I don't. I ask a nearby citizen, like, this is normal? You do this here?
And after kind of double taking, looking at you for the first time, Citizen kind of stutters over himself and says, yes, this is Executioner's Run.
Oh.
This is where criminals come and face their trials. They
That's-
succeed
That's
in making it
bullshit.
from one end to the other. Then they're set free.
What did
This
this man do?
seems... Yes, good question.
Let's see if this guy knows what he did. And by that, I mean, let's see if I know what he did. He's accused of stealing.
Oh. Seems a bit excessive, but okay.
Fib thinks of the cloak she almost stole yesterday.
Well, this strange society to me, but All society seems strange to me, so you do you. Bye bye.
You do you. Oh god.
Alright, and the crowd begins to dissipate and kind of go back to their business. Here you are on the road facing the outer reaches of Port Nyanzaru. Ready to head out into the jungle?
Let's do it.
Now I have even less gold.
Wait, before we leave, we need to apply bug spray or
Yeah.
salve.
Yeah, and Azaka makes sure that you guys know how to do that properly. She double checks
Thank
with
you,
everybody
Azaka.
to make sure that you have enough food and water. I know you had mentioned to her that you can create that stuff, but she wants to make sure that at least for this first day you have supplies readily available for yourselves. And
Thank you.
yeah, once all of that is seen to, it's time to head out. And so, let me move us back over here.
We
Ooh.
So, starting at Port Nyanzaru, you begin what looks to be a long journey down the river. So,
Up.
true. It's down in the sense that it's south, but it is upriver.
right.
Is this map upside down?
No.
No. But downriver is the direction that it's flowing, and you're actually going against the flow of the river. But it doesn't matter because you're not in a boat. So,
Oh, that means we can be stopped.
I mean, there's that. So, what I'm going to need is someone in the party to basically be secondary navigator. So that way you've got Azaka leading you, but then probably whoever is, best at surviving in certain tough situations might be your second. And so somebody gets to roll with advantage for your pathfinding check every day so you don't get lost.
I think
You can't
I
say
should do that.
pathfinding when we played D&D. It's illegal.
I didn't say
Yeah.
Pathfinder.
No, now you did. We
Yeah.
gotta
Ah!
stop.
Demonetized.
All right.
Money.
We're never gonna make money off of this map.
I know, right?
No, we just have to start this session over. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me crash my computer. Hang on.
Well, get like the beep noise to beep it out, as if it was a cuss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you do
And
that.
then
I'll
you
give
need to
the
put
roll.
it on a time delay, and I'm not putting Eric on a more time delay than he already is.
Is he?
Overruled. Anyway.
I mean, I'll be the second though. I have 5 survival.
Okay. Which I guess brings up a valid question of who has a higher survival skill, you or Azaka?
Ooh.
I have 4.
I have 1.
I have 3.
You have
Okay.
5?
So actually, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using Tree Hugger's survival, granted advantage by Azaka and her knowledge of jungle.
Whoa.
So our guide is just helping out Tree Hugger.
Yeah, basically.
But it makes sense. I mean, he's of the forest. Like, he is of the...
It's true.
Yeah.
So, you said you have a +5 to survival?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, get my macro going for the first time here. You have advantage. Modifier of 5. And...
We're lost already.
Alright. So, you guys begin your trek down the the banks of the River Ocean Star, or really at this point, kind of still, in the Bay of Chilt.
We're moving.
But yeah, and so this day, not too long after leaving the greater Port Nyanzaru area, as you are making your way down the banks of the river. I think here. Tree Hugger, with your high passive perception, you notice off in a tree, maybe 25, 30 feet back from the edge of the jungle, there is what looks to be a structure built up in the canopy.
A structure built in the canopy?
Mm-hmm.
So a treehouse?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. I guess I want to go look at it. Hey, everyone look. There's building in a tree. This is more my style building. I approach it.
As soon
Okay.
as he points it out, my hummingbird goes up and looks in the window.
Okay.
What's your hummingbird's name?
Just think-
Are you asking that in game?
No, just me.
Oh, I don't have one yet.
Okay. So yeah, the hummingbird flits up there, and
Oh,
there are a lot of like rotting bits of vegetation, both draped over the structure itself and kind of sitting inside. Although, kind of just barely visible through one pile of decaying plant matter. You can make out what looks like the corner of something maybe about the size of a shoebox. Seems to be made of wood.
I relay this information, but I don't see anybody in there.
No.
Have you told us about your hummingbird yet?
No.
Okay. How you know this? Little bird go up there. You go up there. You can see where little birds see.
At this point, the bird comes back down and lands on his head, and
Oh.
I'll just say, yes, I can see what the bird sees. I can also control the bird, and at this point, the bird will jump up, off his head, fly out directly in front of him, and do a backflip.
Whose head?
Oh wow,
Tree
Tree
hugger.
Tree hugger.
Yeah.
fancy bird. Okay, what bird called?
I never really thought to give him a name.
Stratos. Call your bird Stratos.
Stratos. It's kind of a long name for a bird, I think.
No.
I mean, like, out of character, it totally fits with the name of Lucius.
Alright.
Is tiny bird magic or natural?
You can say he's a little bit of both. He's here, as is anybody else, but, and I'll hold my finger out and he'll land on my finger, and I'll say, but I can do this, and I'll, like, flip my finger and, like, smash him between my hands and just make him disappear. And then I'll open my hands and there's nothing there. And then I'll do the, like, wait a minute finger, and I'll flip my hand, and he'll appear on my finger again.
Alright. Yeah, okay. That's impressive. Well, I called Tiny Bird till you telling me his name.
Stratos is fine.
Stratos. Okay, Stratos see all that, though?
Yes.
Okay. Should we go up? Who wants to go up?
Does it look like he would fit in this treehouse?
Yeah, he'd probably fit. It'd be cozy for sure, but yeah, he would probably fit up there.
Okay, I'll say, well, it's gonna be tight for you, but You saw it,
I
so I
try.
guess I'll follow you.
Okay, I try climbing. How high up is this?
It's probably about 25 to 30 feet above the ground. There is an aged-looking rope ladder that you can see kind of concealed behind some vines and such, but yeah, it's still probably call for a check.
Right.
So we'll say athletics check to climb up.
Wait, how rotted is this? Because I don't want it to just collapse as I'm climbing it.
It's not like falling apart in your hands. It's definitely been there a while, but it doesn't
Okay.
seem like it's just gonna fall apart the second you put any weight on it.
Okay. Okay, I'll climb up unless someone else want to climb first.
Feel free to climb up.
Okay. Yeah, I start climbing. You said give you an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 16.
Easy. So,
Alright.
yeah, you climb up the rope ladder and poke your head through the opening in the floor of this little structure, and yeah, you see everything that was described to you. A few piles of rotting plant matter, and from one of them, you can just see the corner of a smallish wooden box kind of sticking out.
Fib just calls up from the ground. Do you see any gold up there or anything valuable?
Tiny bird, tell the truth. Everything you see here. I'm gonna look at little box, and then I go and pick up the box, and I just go ahead and open it up.
Okay. Um, so from Treehugger's perspective, you open the box and you see some rolled up paper and some weird metal contraptions. One of them kind of like opens and closes on a hinge. Another one has like this kind of crescent shape to it. Um, I don't think you have any idea what you're looking at.
I get
Okay.
too impatient, so I start climbing up.
Because he spent
I'm
so
like-
long up there.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna send my hummingbird up there and see what is going on too.
Okay.
I'll stay down with Fib.
All right. So, I mean, I think you both get up there reasonably close at the same time. You see Treehugger up there with an open wooden box, some paper rolled to one, rolled off to one side, and in his hand are a few of the individual components of a cartographer's kit.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Just, what's
What
this?
a gift.
Run over excited.
What's this?
I don't know. What do you think it is? You can have.
Who knows what it is? Like, do any of us know in
I think Lucius would probably know. I don't know. I think for Fib and Cyrene, it's kind of up to you what you think your characters would know about that sort of thing.
I'll yell up, "It's a cartographer's kit! Bring it down and I'll show you what it does."
Okay.
That's quite an
Um,
impressive skill of yours to see where your body isn't.
Well, it's best to, have eyes behind you. And, well, creating eyes in the back of my head was just kind of a weird spell.
Do you know a spell like that?
What, to create eyes in the back of my head? No.
Yes. Oh, I would have
Not
liked
functional, at least.
to. Oh.
Is there anything
I
else
mean,
for
I
me to
would-
explore in this?
Yeah,
no,
finish
that-
looking around.
Yeah, that seems like all there is to find there.
Well, if we stay at Port Yamzaru again, I'm sleeping here. And then I put all the stuff away and kind of stash it in a pouch somewhere and climb down.
Okay.
I'll follow him down.
Cool.
I almost dropped my medicine on the floor.
That's not good.
Open.
No. I was just reading the things.
So once they get down, I'll show them what each thing does and just kind of give a rundown of it.
Okay.
I'll say, if you would like, I can hold on to this and put it to some use. I'm fairly adept at this type of stuff.
Okay. That's okay. You can have it. I give it to you.
Okay.
Cool. All right, and so you continue on along the river for another few hours until, Tree Hugger, you hear up ahead, kind of around a slight bend in the coastline here, you hear voices. Particularly one frustrated sounding voice, seemingly yelling at someone. Hard to make out exactly what's being said. But from the sound of it and the reactions that you're hearing, there are probably a good number of people up ahead.
Okay. So shit. So I tell Lucius that there are angry people up ahead. Can send Tiny Bird.
Yep. As you say that, you just hear as it just goes buzzing by
There
your
you
head
go.
out into the woods.
Okay.
And so I tell everyone else that there are angry men up ahead. Be careful.
And as soon as it starts zipping its way out, I grab like to the back of your shirt, just so that you don't walk off without me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, you send Stratos around the corner, well, maybe peeking out through the woods, and as he peeks through the tree line, you can see close to a dozen individuals standing pretty much right next to the river. One dark-clad individual, actually quite familiar from an encounter earlier today, seemingly berating the lot of them. And let's see, what senses do you have through your familiar?
Sight, hearing, and that's pretty, like I can see and hear through it.
Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So, yeah, you hear him, like, yelling to his people. We need to find Simber at all costs. You don't understand what this means. If someone else beats us to him, gets that ring, heads will roll. Starting, I'm sure, with ours. Let's go.
I'm reiterating this to the group.
All right.
Seems like we have to find Simbar.
You see my eyes kind of blink into clarity. Yeah, I would say that would be the best idea.
Wait, who's Simber?
I'll look to Azaka. Azaka, do you know who Simber is?
She says, I do not. Sounds like one of your northern names.
Who was the guy berating?
About
doing-
a dozen people, most of them clad in...
No. The dude doing the berating.
Oh, okay. Dark-clad individual, very similar to the angry guy that stormed out of the temple past you guys
Oh, okay.
just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
If we had stopped him.
I try, I wave and smile.
Well, he's a very angry man, clearly, and he doesn't want to.
Well, maybe we should intervene in this and try to offer aid. At the very
Or
least,
we
we
could
might
just
get a
follow
nice ring
them.
out of it.
Or we could follow them and try to get to the ring. Because that sounds rather valuable.
I don't know what to do. You choose. You two. You three choose. I help.
Well, it sounds like whoever the Cinder is, or Cinder, or whoever they are, they may be in trouble.
We could manage to get one by himself and interrogate him to find out what Simber is.
Yeah, that could work.
Let's see what we have to do that. Our resources. If we get someone by himself, we do have a spell that might make him more willing to tell me things.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot in my repertoire right now.
You'll have to wait till I level up.
Thorv says, I have an axe.
That might prove more useful.
Treehugger, what do you have in regards to entrapment and something like that?
I have hunting trap.
Oh,
and
yes.
I can change my appearance, look like someone else.
Oh, that is quite fun. Did the people like disperse, or are they all still in a big group?
So Boss Man seems to have begun doing his signature storm off maneuver along the river, and the group is kind of like shifting to follow him. And what I was saying before is through the eyes of your hummingbird, you would see that there are probably 6 to 8 individuals wearing like traditional armor and the type of attire that you would see in what you consider to be a civilized society. And then there are a couple of others dressed in kind of like tattered hides and furs that seem to be in the group, but not necessarily cut from the same cloth, if you will. They look more like indigenous peoples of Chult, perhaps.
So we could figure out how to get someone away from the group, or we could go ahead and just capture the captain.
Well, if we're gonna go after the angry guy, we might want to do it.
Alright, let's do it then.
Okay, so what's the plan?
I'm just
can
gonna
we...
track him with the hummingbird.
Yeah. How far away? Well, it has to be within 100 feet of you, right? So eventually, like, we have to start moving.
Mm-hmm.
How far away did you say we were from them?
I mean, you're basically just around a corner, so like I would say, yeah. We'll say you're like 60 to 70 feet away right now.
Is there like, obviously we're in the jungle, but is there like convenient like foliage that sneak path?
Yeah, I mean there are a few like navigable areas between lots of thick foliage. Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I can cast fog cloud.
Yes, please. Wait, would that just draw more attention to us?
Is it like?
Or you could cast it over. Oh, you could cast it over them, and then they wander out. Oh, we could separate them.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, I thought you meant to cast it over us.
No. How far away are they?
60 to 70 feet.
Okay. Well, should I cast it?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is the plan? What do we do?
The age-old question of D&D. What is
What we
plan?
do? What is plan? Yeah, that's very accurate.
The plan is she, and I'll point at Cyrene, is going to drop fog on them. And then we are
Okay.
going to grab the captain. Preferably you are going to grab the big guy.
I'm glad I asked. I did not know this.
Yes. Well, you are the
Alright.
biggest among us, so it would only make sense.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
Okay.
I can be a little sneaky too, just so you know.
Well, that's good. You're gonna have to sneak up on him.
Okay.
When he
Try
wanders out.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys are, well, I imagine Cyrene has to be able to see these people to cast Fog Cloud near, like, on them.
No, a
I
point
mean-
within range.
I don't need to see them
Oh,
technically. I just need to see the point I want to cast it. I'm not
And actually,
casting
it
it on
doesn't-
people.
It doesn't even say you need to see it, for that
Yeah,
matter.
It's
It
just
says-
a point in range.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Okay. And that is a 20-foot radius.
I mean, it says components, visual and somatic. I mean, does that mean I just need to
That's
see?
That's not visual, it's verbal.
Oh, verbal. Oh, yeah.
Laura,
Yeah,
you
I
tricked
guess-
her.
I always think it's verbal.
You
It
mean
is
visual.
verbal.
It is verbal.
Or, shit. You know what I mean?
So,
Keep
what
that
was
mentality.
Tim's character name today?
Yexel. Did I get it?
Yeah, but
Yeah! Oh, wait, no. What? No, it was Yexel.
You got it.
was it?
Ah, I got it.
It was not Vexel or Vexel or.
Okay, Tim and John always make character names that confuse me. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you pop a fog cloud on these folks. Or at least that's the plan.
Oh,
Anybody
no.
who's going to be hands-on in the plan, I need you to make a stealth check.
Alright.
I got really scared when you were like, well, that's the plan that you're gonna do. Makes me happen. How
Yep.
come? Okay, is it always rolling with advantage? What's happening?
It's just always rolling twice.
Yeah, it's always rolling twice, so
but-
that way...
The
What?
higher number is always on top. Oh, okay, no, it's not.
That's just for you.
Alright, I got it. Don't worry.
So just take the first number every time.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So. Let's see how perceptive these folks are.
I'm not
Probably
going
better
for
than
it.
7.
Yeah, so Fib begins to skulk through the woods as one does. Relatively smoothly, quietly. Followed by Lucius. Somewhat quietly. And then Tree Hugger comes through and steps on like the biggest twig.
Just Han Soloing it.
Yeah.
You should have turned into something sneaky.
He just straight up steps on a little mini tree.
He just like knocks over a baby tree.
Yes.
Oh
Okay,
no.
yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing him like knocking over a baby tree and then like bending over and like apologizing to it.
I am sorry. Too bad.
And Fib like snaps her head around like, stop it, get up, get up.
What?
Hey,
Shh.
Oh.
who's there?
Oh. Hello.
Serenade, cast it.
I already casted it before you started sneaking.
Oh.
Well,
Then why do we have to hide
hold on,
from
hold on.
them?
Chronologically, that's not accurate. You're casting it as they sneak. So,
No,
Wait,
I
but
said
why?
I casted it and then they started sneaking.
Because if she casts it now, then we have to travel 120 feet to get anywhere near them.
It lasts an hour. Like,
I thought that the plan was to cast it and then sneak.
okay,
that's what I was operating on.
okay, that's fine. So,
We're
either
gonna
way,
lose that amazing baby tree part though.
well, I mean, like, either way, the fog cloud descends upon these people, and we get this like picture of Fib and Lucius kind of sneaking through the woods relatively quietly. I think there's still the baby tree part, where there's just this, sorry.
Oh no. Drop tree. You're so young.
But then you hear like the rattling of armor and the thumping of footfalls as people begin reacting to the fog cloud descending on the group. People like, what the hell is what? Defensive positions, and then you hear people like kind of slowing down. They don't seem to have left the fog.
Perfect, let's go. I start
So wait,
walking toward the captain. I keep saying captain. I don't think anyone else has called him that. The angry man.
Angry man, yeah.
Okay. So that's a thing you do. Let's see here. So you begin sneaking around. Are you going to like try and find the best place to enter the fog cloud and like beeline for the leader?
Is the leader in the fog cloud?
They are all in the fog cloud.
I thought he walked away. Shoot.
No, they were all following behind him, and since it's such a big radius, it covers
Man.
everybody.
Alright. Well.
So I have
Could
another.
I have set up the
ratio.
cloud so that he was outside? Well, I couldn't really see their positions. So
Right.
no.
Okay, so I'm gonna put. Sorry. Did you have something? I thought John was saying something.
I do. Yeah, I have another
There you go.
racial ability.
Okay.
I can turn invisible for just one round.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd be able to run in and grab him, but I don't know if I'd have the time really to go in and out, you know, because it's only like one round.
So basically, what I would need. Hold on. Let me fill this in, and then we'll actually.
I mean, he can't really see you anyways because fog. So
Right. So let's get you guys set up. I'm gonna actually bring you over to a map for that.
Right.
So we got this, and then like we got Cyrene and Thor back a little bit. Thor's probably, I don't know, like he's kind of heavier though, so I think on a stealth mission he's hanging back a little.
he's with
Um,
me.
Yeah. So we're gonna go here.
Wee.
Whee!
And so the circle is the fog cloud. Somewhere in there is your target.
Can I, before you run in there, just in case, So I want to do minor illusion, and I'm gonna make a woman scream right here, like
Okay.
like she's in pain or needs help or something.
Okay. So yeah, there's a loud shriek from the bushes, and I think you hear like more shuffling of armor in the cloud, but nothing else really going on in response to it.
Wow, they're just gonna let some woman die, huh?
I mean, yeah.
All right. Would I know any like dangerous animal in this area?
It's a velociraptor.
There's
That's,
that.
that's a good point. Okay, I'm gonna do then a velociraptor scream right here.
Okay. Again, more rattling and like footfalls as it sounds like people are shuffling around inside the fog.
Ah, these people. I hate them. Does anyone have like an AoE to just drop right in there?
Nope.
Thorv's like, I have an axe.
So, what I'd like to do is okay. So this is heavily obscured. Does that mean we can just barely see like a foot in front of us, kind of thing?
Basically, yeah.
What if I have superior dark vision?
It's not dark,
Oh
it's fog.
no! I only have dark vision. What the deuce?
Oh no.
What's happening?
I have an AoE, but it would push them out of the fog cloud.
What if you did it? Oh wait, is it concentration?
Fog cloud is.
I mean, is your other thing concentration?
No.
Oh, okay. What if you did it and tried to just push like one or two people out? Like put it on the edge.
I don't know where the people are though.
Well, good point.
I've apparently, since this time, managed to quietly make my way all the way up here.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it's been a while. I figure I can probably
Yeah.
very, very gingerly quarter speed stealth up there with Thorv.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But so there's this cluster of people that are apparently in some sort of defensive position in your fog cloud. What are you guys doing?
All right, I'm gonna use my hidden step. Do I like activate these or they just happen? Okay, never mind.
What?
I think he's
Well, I
figuring
wasn't
out
sure
his
if I could
character
make
sheet.
it show up. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could have them show up like their spells, but I think I can. So I just turn.
Where is it?
They're on my traits and features.
Yeah,
or
you
features and
can.
traits.
There's a speak bubble if you hover
Oh.
over it.
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
I do that.
All right.
So and then I'm gonna go into the fog and try to just slowly move past everyone towards what I think is the center to try to find the guy and get a really good look at him.
Okay. So I'm actually going to move the circle to the back so we can kind of see where you ended up.
Okay.
All right. So you are.
So I want to come in this way.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're kind of slowly, gingerly making your way through, and yeah, you see this cluster of people. The armored ones, the two rows up top there, are all like back to back, kind of circled up. The two up front are just sort of standing at the ready, eyes darting back and forth. And
Okay.
you do
They
not
don't look
see...
like the guy, so I keep going.
Yeah. Okay. And so at about this point, you do see just that hint of like billowy black fabric that suggests maybe that's where your big target is.
Okay, so then I try to grab him and drag him this way.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna call this a grapple check. So go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Maybe he has advantage since the guy didn't know he was there.
And he's invisible?
Mm-hmm. Double advantage.
Double advantage.
A
That's
plus
totally
10.
okay. Yeah, totally. Let's see. Okay.
I think I would get advantage on a grapple because it's like an attack roll and he can't see me. So I think that's valid.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright.
It's just
So I
Laura's
got-
plus 10.
Yeah.
He's okay with it because you only rolled an 11 and
Well, I mean, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, no, he rolls an 18.
Oh, he's strong.
Yeah, and so you like materialize as you about to envelop this guy in a big bear hug and drag him out of the cloud, but his reflexes are just too quick, and he ducks out of
Okay.
your grasp and turns and faces you, now blade drawn. And at this point, I think it is time to roll some initiative.
can we still not see in there? That just made it visible.
Correct. You guys, if you are outside the circle, you can't see what's in the circle.
If you're inside the circle, you cannot see what's inside the circle.
Right. You
So-
can see maybe like a foot in front of your
Yeah.
face.
So, like, essentially, we don't know that he just failed.
Correct.
Cool.
Okay. So let's see. Let's get all these guys. And
Oh, did I do it twice on accident?
uh
Alright, I did it when I wasn't supposed to.
oh yeah, it's all good. I'll
Yeah.
fix it for you.
Take your 20.
Yeah, take your
Yeah.
20 and be happy with it. And then we've got these dudes. Initiative for you. And you. And you. And don't move the circle. Alright. And that. Okay. So, it is the assassin's move that you have provoked. Him and his flying snake that you see emerge from the hood of his cloak. So the assassin
Fun.
himself is going to strike first. And he's going to swing a couple times on Tree Hugger with his short sword.
Alright.
With disadvantage, I think. Well, okay. So, to be fair, you could barely see him, so it should have been disadvantage and then advantage, but it doesn't matter because it's only a 2-point difference.
Alright.
But going forward, anything in the cloud is going to be disadvantage, and that goes both ways, for you and against you.
Alright.
Okay, so he swings once, misses. Swings a second time. What's your AC?
14.
Misses again. This little winged snake that just flew up out of this guy's hood is going to dart in towards you and try and bite you.
Fun.
But it misses.
Great.
And then that is going to bring us to Fib. And I think you are hearing like sounds of exertion, right? Like somebody swinging a sword. But you don't actually have a visual on anything going on in there.
Okay, so Fib gives a big sigh. Alright. Can I tell, like, Would I know to go near the back, like from the sounds?
Yeah, I mean, I think with what you had relayed to you, you have an idea of the formation. It's just the specifics of exactly where somebody is might not be so easy for you.
Okay, so I'd probably end up like around there.
Okay.
And then, well, actually, once I got to here, would I be able to?
No, because it's still like a thick fog inside. You can see like a foot in front of your face.
Okay, so I run there, and then I can see this guy next to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I recoil from him, like, whoop, there's a dude there. This is so many people, guys.
I did tell you it's like almost a dozen people.
Let's see. Oh, good. Up to 3 creatures I can see. That's useful. I guess I'll just vicious mockery this guy, even though it does so much damage, you know.
So much.
Oh, ooh. Actually, no. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see how much he can laugh.
Okay.
So yeah, wisdom save.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
The materials are tiny tarts. Like we're having a freaking tea party or something.
Exactly.
And a feather that is waved in the air, like you're tickling him.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, that's a 19.
Oh my. Alright, nothing happened. Yes.
Okay. Cool. So then it's the 8 thugs' turns. All right.
So many.
There are quite a few of them. So the one having just been, I don't know, told not so funny a joke. Is gonna
Like-
swing on Fib.
Oh man.
I
That's
heard your
not nice.
laugh.
But my mic was up, so just yeah.
Okay. So he swings with his mace.
Oh, I hope he misses.
Is your AC higher than 23?
Yes.
Really?
What's lower than 23 is the thing.
All right. So. Oh no, actually, hold on, because disadvantage.
Oh!
Disadvantage. I think your AC is higher
What about
than
the
9.
save? What about his save? Does he have to do a save?
No.
Ah! Alright.
Good try.
But he misses you with that first mace attack. He makes the second one, which is a 12.
Miss!
Okay. So
Yay.
2 big whooshing sounds as the mace totally misses you.
He's expecting a normal sized person, not like a deathly thin person.
So think about this though. You're fighting like fucking Slender Man in a fog cloud right
That
And,
sounds like Sean Connery.
Yes.
Okay. So I think you hear a few other voices from like across the cloud, like, "The hell's going on over there?" You hear footfalls as one kind of comes to see, just like around the corner kind of deal. Gonna make a couple attacks, still disadvantage. I gotta make sure I remember that.
He's not gonna scream in fear.
No.
Slender Man.
Like,
13
That misses.
you think
and-
Crybaby would have screamed in fear?
Oh yeah, he would have.
and 12, which also misses.
Haha!
Okay.
No one could hit the slender woman.
They are too terrified.
They're like, what the fuck is this?
Not what I signed up for. Okay. So, yeah, I think the other ones are just like, they have no idea where this whole thing is going down. So they're going to just stay in their defensive position for now. Tree Hugger, you are facing down this this boss man looking character, and it is your turn. Although behind you,
Alright.
you can hear the breathing and shifting of a couple of other armed individuals.
Alright, so I'm just gonna do a thunder wave.
Oh, buddy. Okay. So, do I even need to ask which direction you're pointing it?
Doesn't it originate from you?
Well, it does, but the way it originates is like you are one side of the cube. It's not
It
like
goes
you're in the
out
middle
from
of it.
you, not in a circle,
Yeah.
in a cone.
So,
This way.
yeah, that's what I figured. So that's a bunch of con saves. Like, a shit ton of con saves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push them out of my fog cloud.
That's fine, they'll go for you guys instead of ganging up on us.
I don't think that's fine. I have to hold concentration.
Okay, so by and large, they fail. Taking good
Of
bits
course they fail the 13, but they made the they failed the 13, but they made the 4. Oh wait, mine's 13 too. Never mind.
But I'm pretty sure 6 is more damage. Even though it's
Yes.
still pretty crappy, 6 is more damage than 4.
Okay.
She's right, 6 is more than 4.
It's true.
Well, we're
Can't
just
deny that.
level 1. Gee. Plus, he did it to like 5 people, and I did it to 1. But do his people get disadvantage on their next attack?
I mean, if they're dead, doesn't matter.
I don't know if that counts. These guys have got to have more than 6 hit points.
Yeah, they do all
Yeah.
have more than 6 hit points. However, let's see. So they get knocked back. How far?
I don't know, I can't figure out how to open up the spell on here.
I will.
And I don't have...
Oh,
I feel like it's 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 10.
I'm pretty sure it's 10, yeah.
To open up the spell, if you hit the gear next to it,
Yeah.
like if you hover over it,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then
That's
scroll
fine.
down a little bit, you'll see the description.
Yep.
there you go.
Yeah,
10
I did have
feet.
a crappy roll. 10 feet.
Cool. All right. So I think the way this is going to go down is like 2 columns of these guys get blasted back. So it's
Nice.
like this. So like maybe the thunder wave was just like a little bit off center, and so the 2 on the right didn't quite get hit with the full brunt of it. But all the other ones are just blasted back, and Lucius and Cyrene and Thorv see a couple of them now kind of blasted back out of the fog. Cool. And there's just this loud.
Alright.
That doesn't disperse the fog cloud, does it? Because it is like a shockwave
No.
of...
Yeah, it's
Because
just
it's
audio.
the ground,
Is it?
isn't it?
I think it's just a sound effect, basically.
I don't think
Okay.
sound pushes people back.
Well, like, it's like
Yeah.
forced.
Well, the
Well,
smell,
if it's
the
forced-
spell. I think because it's called. Oh, I just always assumed it was a ground effect.
I don't know.
If
about-
anything, because your
Unsecured
cloud is a
objects that are
spell,
completely within the area of the effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away. I would assume fog would be unsecured, an unsecured object.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but she is
but-
maintaining the fog, so she'll
And
be
it's
able to, like,
magical
restore it.
fog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it requires specifically a wind of moderate or greater speed at least 10 miles per hour.
If these guys got pushed 10 miles per hour, they must have taken some damage.
Well, they got pushed back.
10 miles an hour isn't that fast?
Yeah, I mean, like, I
To
think
be pushed just your body?
so. So I think it probably is more than 10 miles per hour,
But
but
is it a wind? It's not a wind.
it's a blast, which is, I mean, it's Here's what I'm gonna say. It's definitely higher than 10 miles per hour, but I think it's like super quick. So I don't know that it has like the staying power necessarily. Like you might see a hole appear in the fog before it sort of like recoalesces around the area.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not really trying to disperse it.
I was just
Yeah.
curious.
It's not a continuous thing.
I was
Okay,
just
that makes
thinking,
sense.
if they push people, it should push something else.
No, that's fair.
All right.
Okay. So that was your action. Anything else Treehugger would like to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move to have my, like, I'm gonna like pivot around him basically,
Okay,
so
yep.
I can get ready to run if I need to.
Gotcha. All right. That brings us to the tribal warriors. They. Okay, so you hear footfalls as they go running out of the fog cloud, seemingly just bolting.
Oh, cool.
Actually, let's see. So difficult. Something to bear in mind. The bushes here we're going to consider difficult terrain. So that factors in if you're going to try and travel through the bush. But yeah, they're just bolting. Thorv, I think he like looks over at Cyrene and Lucius, weapon drawn, kind of like eyebrow raised. Huh? Yeah, no, fuck it. He's going in.
All right.
And he's gonna swing on one of these guys that got pushed out. So let's see. Oh man, I've been misweaponing Thor this whole time. He doesn't have an axe. He has a longsword.
Oh.
So he's gonna swing
You
that
just
longsword.
assumed.
Yeah.
I know. I assumed his weapon.
Yep.
Oh,
Look at that. Isn't
Look at that.
Damage.
right.
Wait.
Why you know auto roll?
Yeah. What does it actually do? Oh, okay.
There you go. Okay. So yeah, he swings on this dude and most definitely connect and does some damage. But yeah, the guy's still standing. Like it seems to have done a bit, but like it's pretty sturdy. That's about it for Thorv, I think. So Lucius, what are you doing?
So, do either of the two guys down to my left look like they're hurt at all, or are they just running, crying?
They are hurt. Yeah, like visibly kind of bruised. Like I think one of them you see has like a broken nose that's kind of bleeding down his face.
Ooh, which one?
We'll say the top one.
All right, I'm gonna. Cyrene will see me pull out my skull, and I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna quickly, with my other hand, turn it around and shoot a little beam, and I'm gonna do Toll the Dead on him.
Oh God.
Okay. All right. Wisdom save.
Whoa. That's a new one. Is that from Xanathars?
I believe so.
And it's going to be the 1d12 if he is taking damage.
Okay.
Oh, whoa,
John.
wait, why is it saying DC?
Oh. Good question. Yes.
Oh, it should be a 14.
Okay. Well, he rolled a 10, so he fails and takes 7 points of necrotic damage. And as he is running, you see him just collapse and like kind of just roll through the bushes before just settling to a stop as his friend continues trying to just run right past him.
You just, Cyrene just kind of sees Lucius just stick the skull in his pocket, kind of chuckle.
Okay. Cyrene, what do you do?
So this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to run here. 6. Stand on the edge of the river.
Um,
I
bushes, difficult terrain.
I'm in all the bushes. Is this
Well,
difficult
these.
terrain, or just
This
these?
is.
So all the
So-
vegetation that you see is going to be difficult.
2, 3, 4, 5.5. Can I stand
2,
on a knot
3,
square?
4, 5. Fuck it, I'll give it to you.
This one or this one? Or in between?
You should be right over Thorv, I think.
Okay. Then you're not giving me anything.
Well, that's because I changed my mind because you asked, so I was like, yeah.
I just
Okay.
want to stand here. Okay. I am going to cast Thunderwave to push them
Oh God.
back into the fog cloud.
Okay. So
Are you
kind of
pushing
this way.
Thorb in there too?
No. I'm
So-
combing
so
around him.
explain the angle.
So the angle, it's a
It'll be here,
each
and
creature in a
then
15-foot cube originating from you. So
So she'd be like a corner of it.
yeah.
Well,
yeah, if this guy's the from here to
corner.
here,
all right.
Yeah.
So
so it hit all of
this
these.
is spelled out in the rules, and I understand it's an obscure thing. But when a cube originates from you, the point that you're casting from yourself is the middle of one side of the cube.
It can't be a corner.
That's what the book says.
What?
What is happening?
The attack of the purple squares.
She's
Becca's
getting
blowing
angry.
purple bubbles.
I'm just angry.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, in that case, it has to be the middle.
There's like diagrams and everything. I think it's actually elaborated on in Xanath.
Damn
But
it,
yeah.
Xanthar's making things a lot more simple.
Okay.
John,
in
That spell
case-
is why you shouldn't use the spell app. It doesn't have spells from Xanathar.
What? I
It
didn't hear
doesn't.
it like half of that.
Fine, never mind. I'll tell you later.
Wow.
Alright. But you were like breaking up all the way through that.
It's fine. I don't want to interrupt combat. I just want to say
It's not
something
my
really
fault,
quick.
okay?
I'm not mad at you.
Ah! Yeah.
Then in this case, I am going to.
I'll tell you one thing you could do, theoretically, is if you still wanted to cast Thunderwave, you could, instead of burning 2 movement to go into that bush space, you could go like 1 and hold on, 2, and just do it heading like straight east.
You could push them into the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Push them into the river. I deleted myself.
Why do you do this?
She's so fed up with it that she's like, you know what, whatever, I'm leaving.
End it all. End it all.
She just lays down and naps.
Yeah.
Oh no, get out of the water.
I'm sorry, Garrett.
Becca, no!
I didn't mean to delete myself. I'm here. I'm
you can
in
be-
the fog cloud.
There you go. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, well, I guess I generally know where they are. So, I will cast Thunderwave and
There you go.
push them into the water.
Alright, so. Let's see. We're
With
gonna
a
go.
Terrible 6 again.
We're gonna go in reading order. So starting with top left dude and going across and then down by row. So, first save. 18. Second save, 11. Third save, 22. Fourth save, 22.
What the crap?
5th save, 21.
Well,
Well, fuck.
you still did 18 damage total, so.
Yeah, so this dude gets knocked back into the water. And
Bye bye, dude.
takes damage. And then other dudes take damage, but not as much. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Alright. Where were you? Initiative.
The last.
You're at the bottom. That makes sense. And that's easy. So, add turn. You can be initiative 0, because that puts you in the right place.
Okay.
Might as well be 0. Okay. So the assassin pivots along with Treehugger. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna keep swinging. So that is still disadvantage because of the fog. 15.
That's a hit.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution save.
Damn it. Alright, 11.
Okay. So, let's see. That is going to be... Alright, so you take 5 piercing damage as the short sword cuts into you.
Ouch.
But then you also take... oh boy. Okay. So, here's the thing. You're also gonna take 19 points of poison damage.
19. Okay, well,
Tree
I'm
hugger,
dead.
no. Wait, what? Dead?
Dead.
Yeah. Because that brings me to negative 14.
My buddy,
Oh.
he's dead.
This wasn't even my idea. Dang it.
Anything Treehugger says as he goes down?
Goodbye, friends.
Ugh.
And then there's a loud thump.
That is sad. Okay.
Well, so I have this new character, you guys.
Right? And you'll find him out in the woods very soon.
Yeah.
I really liked
Wow.
tree hugger.
I
I
know.
did too. I'm pretty upset right now.
I know. Ugh. Sorry, man.
Yeah, that's what I signed up for.
Yep.
So-
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, this guy is going to turn and I think he going to kind of take up what he imagines is going to be a defensive position by his fellows over here. Flying Snake follows him. Fib.
Wait, give me 1 second.
Are you munching?
Maybe.
Sorry. I thought that all those guys had to go before me. So... Yeah. If I teleport, they do not get an opportunity attack, right?
Correct.
Okay, so, and I definitely go down.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit there. What was that?
I definitely heard him go down, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to... Let's see. teleport right there via this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look to the group and say, alright, let's get out of here. I forgot my voice. Oh no. this this was such this is so startling that she doesn't know how to speak anymore. She just says, let's get out of here. Tree hugger is down, and she just books it, and she's gonna run like 60 feet away. Oh wait,
shit,
no,
okay.
only 30 actually.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that
okay.
was my bonus action. She's
Yeah.
gonna run 30 feet away. She doesn't like this.
Okay.
She doesn't feel like dying is the thing.
Fair.
Or we could run in the rib. No, it's too late. She just runs 60 feet away.
Just
I
like,
mean
"Nah, fuck
30.
this." Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Fair. So Fib is like off map. Okay. So then, that brings us to the thugs who are actually able to see stuff. Alright, so let's try not to get a missing player's character killed as well. Let's see, huh? Alright, so that is a swing and... Oh man. Mouse, cooperate, please.
Nope.
Okay, first swing misses. Second also misses. All right, and then the one that is down here, kind of by both Cyrene and Thorv, is going to swing with disadvantage twice on Becca. Choose high or low.
Hi.
Okay, I'm gonna swing twice on Thorv.
So I died. May I be excused?
Yes.
I mean, like, I'm gonna listen to the episode later, but I kind of
Yeah.
figured I'm not gonna be able to really contribute, so...
Yeah, that's fine, and we can talk
Alright.
later about
Yeah,
looking
I'll
in.
DM you about... Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're
Alright,
taking
man.
you out. You died.
Plus, I kind of like the idea of not knowing what's going on. Since
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, dude.
So.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah. See you next time.
Alright. Good hunting.
Go give Nuggy a hug. Oh.
Nope.
Nope, not listening.
No hugs.
Okay. So 2 swings, both with disadvantage. One of them hits, only does 3 points of damage. Okay. Other ones, I think they are looking around. They're not like actively engaging this. I think they're just playing it defensive. So that's it for attacks from the thugs. Brings us to the one tribal guy who's just bolting. And Thorv. I think before deciding what he wants to do, meaning the DM is looking to figure out what the players want to do, Thorv looks around. Are you guys going to keep fighting, or are you going to follow Fib?
My plan is to follow Fib.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you see Thorv, like, just kind of kick the guy in front of him. We'll say that's a disengage action.
He just runs up, kicks him off balance.
Yeah.
And then turns around and runs away.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, he runs through the jungle brush as fast as his dwarven legs will carry him. Just like that fast. And yeah. So, all right, Lucius, you're running.
Well, does this guy look like has he taken damage at all?
Yes.
I'm just gonna look at him, and I'm gonna you just see my eyes kind of glaze over black, and I'm going to cast Witch Bolt.
Oh.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
1 damage.
1 damage.
And he is 20 feet away, so I'm going to move 10 feet more. And just keep my eyesight on him.
Gotcha. Okay. Cyrene.
I am going to disengage and back up.
Okay.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4, 5. 4? 4,
2, 4.
5, 6. Is this heavy? I don't know.
1, 2. What you have there is fine.
Okay.
Yep, you're good. Okay. Cool.
Is Tree? I'm gonna ask Bid. Like, is Tree Hugger dead?
Yes. He got hit very hard.
I'm very sad.
Okay. You watch as the thugs just continue to kind of back away, and you hear more shuffling of armor as they kind of begin to like reform their defensive front. They don't seem to be giving chase, and so you guys are able to get away, mostly still alive. Yeah.
I'm going to stay for one more tick of that witch roll.
Just out of spite. Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Oh!
Yes.
All right. The guy's still not dead.
He's not dead? Alright, I'm going to drop
He's
and
not
turn
dead.
and run.
Okay. All right, and you guys bolt through the jungle, back maybe up the river a bit before kind of darting out into more cover to avoid potential reprisals later.
Oh, there goes the cartography stuff we just found.
No, I have that.
I thought he still had it. Because he
No,
put
he
it
gave it
away.
to me.
Oh,
Yeah, he did give it to Lucius.
yay.
And actually, as you say that, you look over and you see me just pull out the cartography kit and mark this spot.
Ah. Okay.
Or, mark the spot of Tree Hugger at least.
Yeah. Okay.
Player's guts.
No, I mean, I have reasons.
All right. So let's get off that battle map, shall we? Go back there. So, having had your first violent encounter of the journey, having Azaka following you and very much kind of giving you a look that says at the same time, I told you the jungle was dangerous, and yet I am sorry. Here you are, in the jungle.
I deem us kind of safe, so now I'm going to cry.
Okay.
No. Well, are any of you injured here?
No, but there goes our source of food.
Oh, shit.
Hey, guess where you guys can meet another PC next time?
Oh, man.
We probably should turn and head back to Port Nyanzaru.
I can, as a cleric, I can change my spells during the night, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can get good berries, can't I?
Do you have water?
Berry? Yeah.
Were you the one that had water?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Goodberries was a druid thing.
I think it is.
I'm pretty sure it
Are you looking it up?
is. I'm not.
Yeah. I'm looking it up. No, but I do have purified food and drink, so it's something. I can't create food,
Not yet.
but it doesn't have poison and disease.
So as long as we find food, we can eat it.
I still say we should go back to Port Nyanzaru and try to find somebody.
All right, so is that the
Well,
plan?
yeah. Well, I have to give them some gold.
Yeah,
Ugh.
or not. They might want to, come with us.
I have no golds to give them.
Yeah,
Well, if
I'm
we buy
broke.
rations, they'll want gold. If you have no gold, why are you betting? What are you betting?
Well, I had 5 gold, and now I have 3. I was trying to make more gold.
I just don't have gold. I spent it all on incense.
Well, I mean, we will need food. I only have 10 days of rations. And we're, less than a day out.
Yes. Maybe we should go back to the port.
All right, so that's the plan then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the rest of today goes by uneventfully. You're able to set up camp and eat what food you have, drink what water you have. And the night passes peacefully, and so you all benefit from a long rest. Who has the highest survival?
Oh,
Me.
probably not me.
I
have a 1.
+4.
Yeah, you're higher.
Okay.
I'm assuming
So-
she ties with me.
I mean, yeah, four is pretty healthy. So, skill bonus of 4 with advantage because there's 2 of you. Go. Okay. And so you do your best to retrace the Reverse Ocean Star back up to Port Nyanzaru, making sure that you don't accidentally follow any of the small tributaries that kind of reach out into the depths of the jungle from the river proper. And you succeed. At the end of the day, which passes peacefully, you are back in the outer portion of the city, near Executioner's Run. So, any business you guys would like to attend to at this point, or should we cut it and wait to incorporate a new PC next time?
Is there any more prisoner runs going on?
You don't see anybody in the pit at the moment.
I'm gonna go and get a good seat and just sit there and wait.
Okay.
I guess I'll wait with him.
Night fallen.
I mean, you are getting back around dusk.
Oh, are we? Okay. Well. Yeah, then I probably won't. Well, yeah, no, I'll still go sit and watch over the area.
Okay. Yeah, I think as you watch, like a couple of Chiltons come out with buckets and brushes and stuff, and they're like scrubbing down the stone surfaces of the pit. trying to clean up as many stains as they can. Yeah. Anything Cyrene would like to do?
I guess I'll just. I mean, we're in kind of like the slummy area. I guess I'll just sit there and sit
Okay.
and be sad.
Fib, did you say you were sitting next to me?
Yeah.
I'll look at Fib and say, so what exactly happened in there? All I saw was, well, all I heard was a couple loud booms, some shifting in the fog, and then you popped out of there right next to me and took off running.
Well, couldn't see very far either, but he went down and he said something about friendship. And I made very loud thunder noises, and I.
Well, I took one out, so it's 1 for 1. But I feel like we kind of lost a bit more than just nameless thug.
Tree Hugger seemed like he would have made a good companion.
Yes, he was a little bit ignorant for my taste.
Yes, but he did recognize to not touch me, which I appreciated.
Well, if I were to try to touch you, I would be afraid I would break you.
Good, don't touch me.
Oh, trust me, I have no need to touch you. I can harm you in far better ways without touching you. Not that I would harm you.
Okay. Sure. Of course, that's true.
We shall see, I suppose, as the hummingbird comes down and lands on my head.
I thought you were going to say on my head.
On my head.
Alright, as Stratos lands on your head.
Yes.
Stratos.
And yeah, so we see the 4 of you as Thorv is there, just, perhaps crying a single manly tear.
What about Osaka?
Well, she does have a house in the city, and
She
so.
Return to
She's
it.
like, these guys are weak as hell.
What have I set myself up?
They can't help me.
So yeah, I mean, she leaves, her contact information or what have you, and says she'll be available when you are ready to head out again. But for the time being, she'll be attending to her own business in the city.
I guess for the sake of a plan for next time, should we go back and see Jobal or Wakanga and see if maybe they know of anybody who is
What's
looking
Joe
for...
Ball?
Jobal was the guide finder, and Wakanga was his employee.
Oh.
We can go see if they happen to know anybody that's looking to adventure.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
So, I guess that's my suggestion for the next day.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Eric, I've seen you kill